Hey, I want this to be a real world speed test here between the 2021 ninth generation iPad, just came out, and then this is the 2020 Amazon Fire HD8 Plus. So this has the extra gigabyte RAM that the non Plus version does not have. So it has 3 gigs compared to just 2. So it makes multitasking or keeping multiple apps open, at least not so much multitasking, but keeping multiple apps open at the same time better than the base version, the non Plus version here. So we're going to do an internet speed test first. Then we'll open up a few other apps. I think most people that buy, especially that buy this, are looking just for internet and maybe some, video browsing, maybe very, very, very light gaming. So yeah, here we go. Again, this is the base model iPad, just 64 gigabyte, which is now the base version. Costs $330 in the USA, and this guy is $110. This will go on sale, I'm sure, at some point in this year, probably around Christmas time. My guess would be around 300. It's usually what they go down to. This will go down to less than 100. But MSRP, this is 3 times the price of this. Let's go into the internet here. We're going to use Silk browser. We're going to use Safari. That's what both these come with. That's what we're going to use. Both histories have been cleared out, and both of them are on my home internet, which usually download speed is somewhere between 100 to 150 megabytes per second, unless it just doesn't want to work with me. We're just going to make this quicker than I usually do. We're just going right ahead to Best Buy, bestbuy.com, of course. 1, 2, 3. Then, of course, too, since we cleared out our history, the next time you go to each of these websites, it would be faster. Or go to this website, I guess. And we're going to be looking at one website here. You can see iPad is, of course, going to be faster. I think most people will realize that iPad is, of course, going to be faster than the Amazon. But I guess the real question here is how much faster. So we'll look up Garmin watch. That is my favorite brand of watch. And Garmin watch. Hopefully I typed in watch. It's a bit small from where I am. 1, 2, 3. A bit hard to see. So I meant by that. It looked up green watch instead of Garmin watch. Swipe is not the best on these. It used to be amazing when this thing first came out. The swipe worked very well. They did a few updates, and the swiping it doesn't guess things very well anymore. Yeah. Okay. Then every now and then too. This I've only had for 2 days now. This I've had for close to a year, and every now and then the Wi-Fi just kind of gives out on it. And you'll still have Wi-Fi, it just stops working. You have to go turn off Wi-Fi and turn it right back on, and it works again just fine. But it is a little bit of an annoyance you have to do every now and then that I've noticed over time. Nothing big, but something to note. I'll go ahead and hit the Phoenix 6 Pro Solar here. It's a very cool watch. And see, the iPad is done, or is basically done, almost done. There we go. And now this guy is done here. Well, not really. See, all these are still loading. I think I just smacked one of them. Yes, that's still loading. Best Buy is like the worst website I have ever noticed on tablets for them to load. They just seem to be it just seems to be the hardest website for tablets to load, especially ones that don't have the best of processors like this little guy here. Yeah, it just takes a while for this website to load on them. And not only this Amazon, the HD10 is better, but not by a whole lot. Even the Samsung Tab A7 has issues with it. We're gonna get out of there. We'll also do a sound test here with speakers. We'll go into YouTube, but first I want to go onto Roblox. I want to make sure this volume is off. Roblox is horrible. They will copyright infringe you for anything and everything sound related. 1, 2, 3. These are hooked up to the same account, but Roblox doesn't care. You can play which is really cool. You can have multiple people on the same account at the same time. So this would be the worst quote-unquote gaming portion of this. So we'll go into Royal High here. This how it's shown off. So we're going to Royal High. I'll show you guys here if I can hit it correctly. We are in manual and highest graphics. We're in the highest graphics you can be in. Again, most budget tablets have issues with this game. Royal High in Roblox. Not so much Roblox, but Royal High in Roblox. This iPad does not. So there's no real stutter. Well, there's no stuttering at all. Besides from the boat's movement, which is supposed to be that way. There's no lag. See, the waterfall is just falling like normal, not stuttering, no lag at all. Again, this is in the highest graphics settings. This is as good as my Samsung, except for that, which was super weird. I think I had to do with my internet being weird. There is no issue with it, I swear. Yeah, so there's no issue with this. Just as good as my Samsung Tab S7 Plus. That has, well, 8 gigabytes of RAM even. The high-end S7 Plus. So this thing is really, really good. We'll keep that open though. It's amazing. I mean, if you guys want to check out a gaming test, I just did a gaming test on it. It should be uploaded somewhere around the same time as this video. I have a gaming test on this guy as well on my gaming channel. But that thing is amazing at gaming. Like, you don't even need an iPad Pro or even the new iPad Mini that has the best processor. Actually, I think any of the iPads right now. I don't know why it keeps on popping open like that right away. Yeah, it's amazing. I played that, did PUBG Mobile in the highest graphics settings as well. Well, highest graphics I could put on there. That I had downloaded, and it works very well. I'm hoping you guys are not hearing that clanking noise. I'm really sorry if you guys can hear that clanking noise. Hopefully you cannot though. Yeah, so this is a manual, have it in the lowest graphics setting. So exact opposite of the iPad. Do the same exact thing. Chances are it'll be daytime though. I think that was just night. Was that nighttime or daytime? I'll be the opposite, whichever one that was. Of course, I think it was actually daytime that time. Daytime that time. So Sunset Island here in Roblox Royal High. Always want to call it Roblox High. I don't know why. Don't know why I want to call it that, but I do. So yeah. So again, this is in the lowest graphics settings it can be in. So this is actually does a little bit better than, which is weird, than my HD10 does, my 2021 HD10. That actually lags out. It doesn't lag out. It just completely quits on me when I try playing real high. The camera does not like this screen. That's the problem. Of course, now it's dark in the game. But you see, there's not actually that much lag at all. There's a tiny bit of lag. It is playable though, I would say. We will set this to, not that, to automatic, resume. Sorry about the glare now, because of course it's dark in here, dark on the screen. This is actually playing way better than I thought it was going to, until I just said that. Tiny bit of lag every now and then, but actually this is working just fine. That is nuts, because I said my Amazon Fire of 2021 cannot even play this game in low. It literally quits the entire game. Sorry, that was hard to see as a glare is with that dark background there. Yeah, so that was actually better than I thought. Alright, and then we'll move on here to the sound test, excuse me. Sound test. Then we'll reopen these apps, these few apps that we have open. There's not too many open at the moment. Alright, then we'll hit Explore. We'll hit Subscription. We'll hit Library. We'll hit royalty-free music. 1, 2, 3. We'll hit this one. Well, and I'll be back once these ads are done. Alright, we'll start out here with the small guy. We are at 20-second mark, same video. Volume is up all the way. 2 speakers, 1 and 1. Ooh, sorry, I had to pause the video. I sneezed. Yeah, there we go. So thing I want to note here too, as you can see, there are very tiny bars, both bottom and top, and you can make this full screen. We'll compare it to the iPad in just a second here. So they're not bad sounding, I wouldn't say, but they're not very loud. Even in the loudest setting, they're not the loudest. So if you're in a noisy room or something, you might not be able to hear that too well. Otherwise, they don't sound bad. Yeah, I would say if you want to be watching a lot of videos or something, especially like movies, you might want to get headphones for that guy. Turn this up all the way. Again, same as like video, we're actually at the 21 mark instead of the 20 mark, but here we go. 2 speakers, 1 and 1, compared to the Amazon had, top. So yeah, these are louder. They're definitely louder, but it's on one side, where at least Amazon's on 1 and 1. So on both sides. I don't know which one's really better sounding. I'd say these are better sounding, but again, it's one-sided. So take that as you will. Then you have these big black bars, though. That's the biggest problem with iPads because of their aspect ratio, and you cannot make that zoom in all the way. So you're kind of stuck with those big black bars. That go back, and then we'll reopen all the apps we just opened. Now they both can, of course, keep multiple apps open. The iPad can have multiple apps open on the same screen, though, which is really cool. If you want to do that, you'll have to step up to the HD10 on the Amazon. Then I'd actually recommend getting the HD10 Plus because that has more RAM. So we will go back. I only have 3 apps open, but we'll go back in here in the Safari. Did not reload. Honestly surprised that reloaded. Other times I do this, it doesn't reload. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, We'll go back into Roblox here. Nope, neither reloaded. I was already on that screen. Had to think for a second there. This one I was on that. Again, we only have 3 apps open, but they're both pretty good at keeping things open, though. But the more apps you have open, the iPad's gonna be better at keeping open. Just has a bit of a better management system to it. You guys let me know what you think. I mean, I know these are geared at 2 different types of people. This is still a base model. iPad is still $330 in the US. This is only $110 in the US. I think they're both fantastic devices for what they are. You can really do the same thing on both of them. This is, of course, going to be a bit slower, though, and, of course, a bit smaller. Again, this is 10.2 inches. This is 8 inches. Yeah, you guys let me know what you think, though. I like them both. Yeah. So thank you all very much for watching. As always, I appreciate you. Hope you have a good one. See y'all next time. Goodbye.